direction by education. John Love FM 105.1 and Love TV Live for the program The Afternoon Conversation. We provide you a platform for open dialogue and intellectual exchange. We encourage listeners to think critically, challenge their perspectives, and explore different viewpoints on various subjects by fostering a respectful and inclusive environment. The Afternoon Conversation on Love FM 105.1 and Love TV Live from Monday to Friday, 2 to 3:30 p.m. Don't miss out. I know of no safe depository of the ultimate powers of society but the people themselves. And if we think them not enlightened enough to exercise their control with a wholesome direction, the remedy is not to take it from them, but to inform their direction by education. John Love FM 105.1 and Love TV Live for the program The Afternoon Conversation. We provide you a platform for open dialogue and intellectual exchange. We encourage listeners to think critically, challenge their perspectives, and explore different viewpoints on various subjects by fostering a respectful and inclusive environment. The Afternoon Conversation on Love FM 105.1 and Love TV Live from Monday to Friday, 2 to 3:30 p.m. Don't miss out. Good afternoon and welcome to another fascinating time of discussion here on the Afternoon Conversation. Is where we exchange ideas for the common good of our beloved country, Mama Liberia. My name is Rufus Divine Cannon. I'm pretty seated while you are there. I'm in here. There's this critical issue that we want to bring to your attention because it is actually in the purview of our security, our national security, and it has serious implication because, mind you, over the period of time, we've noticed that the increase of criminal rates is getting unbecoming, and more to that, we've come to say in a clear tone, and there are evidences to back the statement that we are about to make. We've noticed that the proliferation of security uniform sales on the Liberian market is a breeding ground to crimes, and it has a serious security implication. Mind you, there are a lot of people who don't know the differences when it comes to our uniforms. You know, our uniform, be it the immigration, be it the DEA, the police. You know, the DEA do wear black, the police do wear black, the police do wear blue. You know, there are separate colors being used by our security apparatus in this country. And these uniforms are being sold on the Liberian market without restriction. I stand to be corrected as to whether the Justice Ministry have had meeting with those who are importing these security uniforms. We see the badges of the Liberian National Police, the EPS. I mean, just all of the security apparatus in this country as in common on the Liberian market. In as much you go to these areas, you will have access to these badges. You have access to the seal. You have access to the flag and the uniform our security apparatus are using, national security apparatus are using. Just the other day, criminals wore the Armed Forces of Liberia uniform and purporting themselves as officers. And blessingly, for
The citizens, they were nabbed, and the police took charge of the matter. And this have brought a serious concern to some of us who have at least a little bit of security knowledge. Our uniforms, our security uniforms, as common all around the place. And it is a strategy that is being used now by these criminals to buy these uniforms, wear them, and put themselves out as officers. Go to people's homes, go to people's businesses, and extort money and other things. Sometimes they go the extreme of carrying on crimes and walk scot-free. So it is a serious concern. I don't know what is the stand of the Justice Ministry and how these importation of uniforms are carried out in this country. Take upon your time right now, just go to Johnson Street, go to Carey Street, and these areas, the uniforms are so cheaply, as cheap as 30 United States dollars. You can get a whole swap of any of our security apparatus uniform. You can get the badge, you can get the seal, you can get, everything. And it is one of the new strategies being used by criminals. What is the stand of the Justice Ministry on this? It is concerning. This is concerning. If anyone would not look at this, this is very serious, and it has serious security implication, because anyone can just purchase any of these uniforms, put these badges on them. Liberian people, we are quick to be carried away without proper identification. The guys are even going to the extent of fixing ID cards. So if this criminal will go and get, go down, you have these tech guys all over the place, photocopying and doing mass production of the security ID cards and stuff. So these criminals, they are far ahead when it comes to these things. Just the other day, and I can take you back, a flashback, the clampdown on the criminal activities in the red light area, some part of the past regime, yes, the last regime, wherein a mass burglary was carried out to a fishing, a coastery in the red light area. One of the individuals who were nabbed at the time, this guy, he used to live on the Kogotown back road. So this guy, everyone in that community knew him to be an officer. He wore the full swap of uniform and carried himself as an officer until he was nabbed and caught up in the robbery that took place in the red light area, before people got to know that he was a criminal and had no link to the security apparatus, the national security apparatus in this country. And when his home was being searched, they saw lots of different uniforms, security uniforms. He had the police uniform, you had the how to call himself, EPS uniform. He had even the fatigue that our AFL do wear. Now more of us know the differences between the ordinary fatigue and that of the ones our officers do use. So in as much we see someone wearing the fatigue, we know that, oh yes, this person belonged to the security apparatus, especially the AFL and so forth. So this is concerning. They should claim the attention of those security institutions, national security institutions. This border on our security. We see things happening in other countries. This is not something that is ordinary that we should take lightly. We were here talking about the Fulani issue, coming up with their own security force. But it is far beyond that. If the Justice Ministry and those institutions, security institutions, cannot come up clearly and define who are those that are to bring uniform in the country and the sales of these security uniforms, well, one of these days we will have a very huge crime being committed by these criminals. And before people realize, lives will be taken, properties will be taken away, and before the main security institutions get to know, their image have been damaged. So we are saying it loud and clear. While others are talking the politics, the day-to-day politics, we go beyond the mere politics and see the things that we refer to, for some of us refer to as the very important issue. It is very concerning. Take upon your time right now, go Johnson Street, go down Waterside, go to the, Carey Street, and those areas that they are selling these uniforms. Anybody can buy these uniform boots, wear these boots, and go and carry themselves as officers. And extract money from people, carry on crimes. And at the end of the day, before people realize that these people are criminals, it will be too late. Like we made mention, just in few days, 2 young gentlemen, well dressed up like AFL soldiers, went out and committed a crime. And blessingly, they were nabbed by the Liberian National Police. This is a clarion call to our security officers, our national security. Alosha Sewe, how you doing? This is a clarion call to our national security. Those who are on top of the issue, those who are heading these security institutions. This is concerning. The proliferation of the sales of security uniforms is concerning. We see criminals now wearing uniforms and going to extort money and properties from people. And it borders on your own integrity. It won't be a surprise that group of young men will dress up and carry themselves as one of our security institutions, go to people's homes and carry on crimes. And people will open their doors because they believe and see the uniform being worn by these individuals. So they will have that surety, they will have that confidence to open that door. This is concerning Mr. Justice Minister and those relevant authorities, as it concerns all of us. The peace and security of our country boils down on all of us. And we who are members of the Fourth Estate, the media, we have the TER, and we are applying the TER. This is something that is not ordinary. It is not a mere joke. This is not a mere joke. Anybody can come anywhere and just bring in uniforms in this country. And these same uniforms that are sold in the Waterside and on the Johnson Street end, they are worn by state security. Their badges are being produced in mass and sold at these business areas. It is concerning. I don't know about you, but this is so concerning to me. That's why I thought it was to bring it out this afternoon so that we all can brainstorm and get the clarity on these issues. Another issue here has to do with the misuse of sarin in this country. Everyone carries sarin In as much, even if I'm part of the security apparatus, I put siren on my personal car and move around the place. This is concerning. It has serious security implication. So we won't talk much about it. We thought it was to bring it out, and we will allow you to weigh in. For those of you who are following, just leave your comments on the live feed, and we will read them out. If you have the luxury of time, you can put in your calls on 0887 105 105, 0778 665 073 are numbers to call. All of the institutions in this country, even the LEC, just the other day in one of the communities, some guys carrying themselves as LEC workers. They painted, the exact signs of the LEC, put coats and all on that jacket, and they went out in the people community extorting money from them in the name of LEC workers. Then what more about the security, our state security, where the uniforms are being sold cheaply and all over the place. Badges, you have, just everything that has to do with the security uniform is being sold in the open there. And normally we see our officers wearing these same old uniforms that are being sold at these business areas. What is the restriction placed on the importation of uniforms in this country? Who are those responsible to monitor the sales of the uniforms, and who are those to go and purchase the uniforms? When you go to purchase the uniform, what you need to show that you are a security officer or X, Y, and Z. There's no regulation. Just the other day, my colleague took up the time when he was doing some work at the Vamoma area there, and mistakenly the pin bucket fell from the tower and messed up the officers at the place, their uniform, few of them. And in no time, he just walked down the road, got to Johnson Street, and purchased the same uniform for these officers as cheap as $30. So what more about a man or a woman who has an intent to carry on criminal activities? Go to these areas, purchase these uniforms, put on these badges, all of these stuff that comes with the uniform, and then they made away and carried on their crime. Before we realized it, it will be a very late situation where the incident had already occurred, like we made mention with the guy who used to be on the Congo Town back road area there, who was caught up in armed robbery situation in red light at the coastal area there. You ask anybody who knew that guy on the Congo Town back road, they will tell you he was an officer. But in real life, he wasn't. But he carried himself as an officer, wore official uniforms. And when he was nabbed and caught up in the web and killed in that armed robbery mission, and when his home was visited, there were a lot of security uniforms that were taken from his home. So this should serve as a lesson learned by our securities, our state security operators. So 0887 105 105, 0778 665 073 are numbers to call. Let's talk about this. If you have experience, if you have encountered some of these individuals, you can actually put forth your calls on 0778 665 073, 0887 105 105 are numbers to call. What about our folks in the rural areas? We know there is a shortage of security officers along in our rural areas. This is for fact. When these guys put on these uniform and go on the highway and start to carry on these kinds of robbery. All people will think, oh yes, that the state security. And before you take people from Monrovia to go on the scene, the people have already carried on the mission and have esconded the scene. So that bad image will be left with you, and whatever institution uniform they may have used, that will reflect on that institution. It is very serious. It's concerning. It has serious security implication. The proliferation of security uniform sales on the Liberian market is concerning. Who are those that are authorized to sell security uniforms? 0887-105-105, 0778 665-073 are numbers to call. And another thing we raise here, we talk about the issue of the usage of sarin. Who are those to carry sarin? And come on, the country is noisy. Everyone passing around sarin. Ambulance no longer have that value it had. Oh yes, the misuse of the sarin. Even the officers do misuse the sarin. We see our guys, you are not in pursuit of criminals or somebody. Why are you blowing sarin? For what reason? You're one on a motorbike, you're one in a vehicle, but you have sarin on, or because you want to beat the traffic, or because you want to do it at your own discretion. So there must be a serious rule, serious mandate. Who are those to govern the usage of the sarin here? We need to know. You need to carry on some level of sensitization. Let the public get to know. It's not about a cosmetic approach when the thing happened for the first time. When the thing happened for the first time, then everybody there, oh yes, and there's one. After a few times, it subsides, people have forgotten, and the same old thing becomes so persistent. We need to work on this thing. Policy, statements, and people who are responsible to carry on these exercises or these oversights must be very proactive. It shouldn't be seasonal. It should be something that is consistent. Consistency has a good way of bringing out results. Consistency. So let's get to hear from you. This is one of the bread and butter issues that we all need to be talking about. It's not all about politics. It's about what our security status is. And who are those in the security? Mind you, even during the night hours, they call themselves a police aid. These guys are left alone to checkpoints. All their focus is to get money from these cyclists, and they are not concerning about the security of the people. This is an old age thing, and if care is not given to this, it will spill over. Mind you, we have all sort of people coming to this country, and with so many intents. So many different intent. You have these people coming to this country with so many different intent. You don't know, but it is very serious. We have to talk about this. It's a need that we talk about these things. It's a need that we talk about these things. That's why we raised the issue, and we want you to have your say. 0887-105-105, 0778 665-073 are numbers to call. Let's get our commercial commitment. When we come back, we get back to receiving your calls. The lines are open: 0887 105 105, 0778 665 073.
The lion in the town, and my shepherd talking to
It's a dawn of a new day in broadcasting, and I have got news for you, radio and television stations owners and managers. Expert Communications Consultant is here to solve your equipment installation and purchasing needs. At Expert Communication Consultant, we are the premier source for professional radio and television installation. Contact us today for the following services: we build, install, and do servicing on towers from start to finish. We do a full installation of radio and television equipment. We soundproof and brand radio and television studios of all kinds. We do repairs on radio and television equipment. We do order radio and television equipment as well as spare parts from Italy. The biggest news is we have state-of-the-art solar broadcasting system that uses solar power. So look no further for your communication perfection. Expert Communication Consultant, your premier source for professional radio and television installation. We are located on 10th Street in Cinco, Monrovia, right in the technology building. We can be contacted on 231-886-462632 or 231-770-462632 or email us at owusup33@yahoo.com. Expert Communication Consultant, your premier source for professional radio and television installation.
My people, I get good news, so enjoy the lowest cash out fees in Liberia with MTN mobile money. Only 2% fee will be charged on any transaction, whether big or small. Cash out today for just small from any of our 25,000 agents across Liberia. No call will grow on your feet for your own money business. MTN Momo makes it easy, fast, and secure just for you. Dial *156# or download the MTN Momo app today to cash out with MTN Momo for just 2% fees. Fast, easy, and secure.
Momo na weze again. They all want your mole cheese.
MTN.
If you want extra small money for the things that you're not expecting, let me tell you about Momo Loan. Live fast and easy way to be free with money problem. Momo Loan, the new way of taking care of things when you not get money. The first thing you gotta do is to register. Dial *156*5# and you will select extra cash. Hey man, that one, that easy credit there. Momo Loan, they're not just giving you money, they are making you strong financially. Momo Loan are your fallback position, that you're dependable. Go get it. Don't wait, go register today and control your money power with Momo Loan. Momo Loan, extra money for the things that are important to you. Hey dear, I guess you need a little extra cash for those unexpected expenses. Introducing Momo Loan, your quick and easy solution to financial freedom. Momo Loan is your cash flow, extra cash when you need it, offering users quick financial support for things that truly matters. It's simple. First, you gotta register. Just dial *156*5# and select extra cash. And remember, with Momo Loan, we are not just giving you cash. We are empowering you with knowledge for a brighter financial future. Momo Loan is your cash flow, extra cash when you need it. Let's go. So don't wait. Get started today and take control of your finances with Momo Loan. Momo Loan, extra cash for the things that matter.
Are you looking for that perfect live band to make your event unforgettable? Look no further than Shatter Live Band Service. With our exceptional music talent and cultivating performances, Shatter Live Band will bring the magic to your special occasion. Shatter Live Band, the heartbeat of your event, bringing joy and rhythm, making memories heaven sent. From wedding to parties, they will set the stage on fire. Shatter Live Band, your ultimate desire. Whether it's a wedding, corporate event, or private party, Shatter Live Band Service is the answer. Our diverse repertoire and energetic performances will keep your guests dancing all night long. Don't settle for ordinary when you have the extraordinary with Shatter Live Band Service. Contact Shatter Live Band Service today on 0881 248401 and let the music speak for itself. With Shatter Live Band Service, where every note tells a story.
After the commercial commitment, we read back. After doing some little research concerning this matter, this is what we found. It says, in Liberia, there are legal and regulatory frameworks that governs the use and control of security uniforms. But the way they relate to the sales of security uniforms is indirect and tied to broader licensing and oversight of security companies rather than a specific uniform sales lesson. So now, one is that regulation of security uniforms for private security firms. Private security companies, those providing guards and related services, must operate under the legal regulation that include approved uniform standards. The policy service, that's the police service, private security organizations, regulations. Since 1992, L1571 set out rules on uniform for personal. It says for personal. Let me get this. It says the police service, private security organizations, regulations, 1992 LR1571 set out rules on uniforms for personnel of licensed private security organizations, including the uniform must be approved and that guards cannot wear designs that resembles those of state security agencies. State security agencies. 2. Those regulations means only authorized security companies can use certain uniforms, and they must comply with specifications set by law. Enforcement typically comes when private security officers wear or use unapproved uniform, and violations can lead to sanctions under the law. It went further to say, who regulates security firms and uniform standards? Oversight of private security companies, including uniform standards, is generally managed by the Ministry of Justice, specifically through its Division of Public Safety, which coordinates public safety matters and receives or assesses applications from private security firms. The Liberia National Police, the LMP, under the Ministry of Justice, also plays a role in enforcing laws against impersonation or misuse of uniforms that resembles official state security attire. In practice, the Ministry of Justice licenses and oversees private security firms, and this licensing regime controls who can legally wear and thereby sell authorized uniform. You see that? So this division at the Ministry of Justice oversees the licensing and regime control for the legal wearing and thereby sales of authorized uniforms. So it also went on to say, the information also provided, uniform sales is tied to business licensing. There isn't a separate uniform sales licensing law. The key legal requirement is that a company must be properly licensed and compliant with security sector regulation to use, distribute, or sell security uniforms legitimately. A business seller or a business selling uniforms that resembles official or private security uniforms without regulatory approval could be seen as enabling a violation of the security regulations, especially if the uniform resembles those of the Liberia National Police or other state security agencies. So, the sale of security uniform is regulated indirectly, while there is no outright ban on selling clothing. Only authorized providers can supply or distribute approved uniforms to licensed security organizations under the current legal framework. It also went on to say, policy intent and public safety. The approach is meant to prevent impersonation of security forces or misuse of uniforms, which can pose a public safety risk and undermines law enforcement. Similar calls from military and police leadership have warned against private security guards wearing uniforms resembling state forces, undermining the importance of distinct regulated uniform standards. So you see, with this information, it has clearly shown that the Justice Ministry has the power, the regulatory power, in line with the Liberia National Police. So if you are out there and you are selling, and mind you, go to these areas. The same uniform our police officers wearing around here, they are sold to these areas. Go down the waterside, go on the Johnson Street there. You see these uniforms in these stores. Are these people licensed to sell these uniforms? Because the uniform is a direct one, not even resemble that the kind of uniform our officers are using. Are these people licensed? It has a serious security implication. Like we mentioned, just the few days, 2 young men dressed up like AFL officers. They went on a spree, a criminal spree, and they were nabbed by state security, the police in particular. It is good that we actually carry on this regulation to prevent impersonation and ensure uniform standards for private security personnel. Now, trust me, there are some of the private security institutions, you see them, the only difference that you see here is the badge. And they are not carrying the seal. But how many of our people are well knowledgeable about this security implication when it comes to the uniform? Not more of our people know about these things. The education is not being provided. So somebody who is a private security officer who wears the same black uniform like our police or the same blue uniform like our police and just masquerading around the place and even go to carry on arrest as well, because the person don't know who the person is, he just sees the uniform. So it is important that we enforce this regulation to prevent impersonation and ensure uniform standards for private security personnel. Oh, yes. So let's get to talk about it. 0887-105-105, 0778-665-073 are numbers to call. This puts our security institution at a point of vulnerability. Anybody can purport themselves as officers, be it from the immigration, be it from the armed forces of Liberia, the Liberian National Police, and you just go ahead naming these institutions. Their badges are even on sale. It's being produced in mass and sold to people without standards being put in place. This is a serious security implication. It has a serious security implication. If care is not given because our people are not aware, they are not sensitized with the kinds of uniform, what you need to know as to whether to determine if this uniform, for me, I do know, for the AFL uniform, they have this mark. The design of the uniform that the AFL wears, there's a design on that uniform that differentiates the normal fittee around here. And for some of us, if I do see it, I know it. Unlike the ordinary person who don't have security knowledge. So if somebody wears a security uniform, a fittee, or you wear the police, the black uniform, or like that, the khaki kind of uniform, that's why you see even our borders are porous, and the security at the borders, come on, somebody can carry themselves as what we call an immigration officer to extract money from people. The badge is available, it's on sale. How many people do know the features that are on those badges that determines as to whether this person is of the immigration or not, or the police? They don't know. They are not aware. So you have a group of guys who will just put themselves on the highway, have a vehicle, and then start to arrest people illegally and carry on their robbery and all the things, and made away before the real authority comes in. It's already late. So let's talk about these things. We also made mention about the usage of the siren. Nowadays, we see a lot of vehicles being tinted. Yeah. A lot of vehicles being tinted. It's another issue. Liberia is no exception to other countries that have been faced with these kinds of insertion and other kinds of things. Our country is as what people call a virgin land. A lot of things when it comes to robbery we don't know about. And we have our brothers joining ranks with foreign individuals who are coming to our country because we lack the knowledge and how they operate. They join them because they want too much too soon. So they join these people and carry out these kinds of robbery. Broad daylight, somebody taking arms. I was at the court on yesterday. There were cases that I heard, and this young individual has a gang that they go about robbing people. So if these guys grab this knowledge and know that you wear the uniform, people fall under this, come on, it's a bonjour for them. Before people realize the scheme, it is too late. So let's talk about these things. What can be done? What should be done? And those relevant authorities, the Justice Ministry, you need to be proactive. The Division of Public Safety, you are to enforce this alongside the Liberian National Police. Private security, people wearing the same uniform you're wearing around here. No distinction. 0887-105-105, 0778-665-073 are the numbers to call in the front part of the program. Let's talk about these things because it starts from small. And when it gets out of hand, where you don't have control over it, it becomes the burden of all of us to carry. So before it gets out of hand, some of us who have the knowledge and have the opportunity to air this information, that's why we've taken up the time to do it. The relevant authority, you need to take siege of this matter. It is caring. It is caring. People will now be in fear. Or people are already in fear. Because from what the guys saw the last time with the two individuals, this is not just the first time it's happening. Where people carry themselves as officers, which of course they are not, wearing state security uniforms. But again, we won't get tired. By the special grace of God, so help us God, we'll provide the information. It is left with the relevant authority to take it serious in the best interests of the Liberian people, or play laissez-faire attitudes to this information that we provide to safeguard the state. (0887-105-105), 0778-665-073 are numbers to call. And quite frankly, let's be real. Take upon your time. Everybody using serene. Criminals, they are well dressed nowadays. They know how to carry themselves. These guys can carry on a robbery somewhere and put on serene. And everybody know that, oh yes, that some of the B-man car going, or some of the official car going. They get serene, they go in, and people giving them way. So the usage of serene should be curtailed. The usage of the serene should be curtailed. Everybody using serene in this country. Everybody using serene in this country. The wheelbarrow boy, sooner or later, you're going to put serene on a wheelbarrow. The pimping boy, sooner or later, he's going to put serene. Some of them do have serene on the motorbikes. You see how disturbing it is. And these institutions that regulate this, they are not coming up and putting out the strengthening measures to safeguard the state from these kinds of embarrassment. Everybody just play a laissez-faire attitude to the main issues, and we're focusing our attention on the things that are not even important. We are focusing our attention on the things that are not important, while others are creeping on us. Things that we can put in place, it's actually creeping on us. So that's the issue this afternoon. Let's get to talk about it. We won't get tired. We know we are not using inverters. We are not talking to one politician. So we understand the drill. We understand the drill. But the faithful few that are listening will take precaution. People need to know some of these security issues. A civil matter. What can be done in the civil matter? Who can hear a criminal case? Who can hear an armed robbery case? All of this information should be provided to our people. Our people don't know. So when I was at the court on yesterday, there was this armed robbery case that was brought to the magisterial code there in Omega, and it was where I got to know that magisterial courts do not hear armed robbery cases. Let's get this break to be right back.
Hey dear, I guess you need a little extra cash for those unexpected expenses. Introducing Momo Loan, your quick and easy solution to financial freedom. Momo Loan is your cash flow, extra cash when you need it, offering users quick financial support for things that truly matters. It's simple. First, you gotta register. Just dial *156*5# and select extra cash. And remember, with Momo Loan, we are not just giving you cash, we are empowering you with knowledge for a brighter financial future. Momo Loan is your cash flow, extra cash when you need it. Let's go. So don't wait. Get started today and take control of your finances with Momo Loan. Momo Loan, extra cash for the things that matter.
Are you looking for that perfect live band to make your event unforgettable? Look no further than Shatter Live Band Service. With our exceptional music talent and cultivating performances, Shatter Live Band will bring the magic to your special occasion. Shatter Live Band, the heartbeat of your event, bringing joy and rhythm, making memories heaven sent. From wedding to parties, they will set the stage on fire. Shatter Live Band, your ultimate desire. Whether it's a wedding, corporate event, or private party, Shatter Live Band Service is the answer. Our diverse repertoire and energetic performances will keep your guests dancing all night long. Don't settle for ordinary when you have the extraordinary with Shatter Live Band Service. Contact Shatter Live Band Service today on 0881 248401 and let the music speak for itself. With Shatter Live Band Service, where every note tells a story.
Hey dear, I guess you need a little extra cash for those unexpected expenses. Introducing Momo Loan, your quick and easy solution to financial freedom. Momo Loan is your cash flow, extra cash when you need it, offering users quick financial support for things that truly matters. It's simple. First, you gotta register. Just dial *156*5# and select extra cash. And remember, with Momo Loan, we are not just giving you cash, we are empowering you with knowledge for a brighter financial future. Momo Loan is your cash flow, extra cash when you need it. Let's go. So don't wait. Get started today and take control of your finances with Momo Loan. Momo Loan, extra cash for the things that matter.
The lion in the town, and my shepherd dog and to boo.
It's a dawn of a new day in broadcasting, and I have got news for you, radio and television stations owners and managers. Expert Communications Consultant is here to solve your equipment installation and purchasing needs. At Expert Communication Consultant, we are the premier source for professional radio and television installation. Contact us today for the following services. We build, install, and do servicing on towers from start to finish. We do a full installation of radio and television equipment. We soundproof and brand radio and television studios of all kinds. We do repairs on radio and television equipment. We do order radio and television equipment as well as spare parts from Italy. The biggest news is we have state-of-the-art solar broadcasting system that uses solar power. So look no further for your communication perfection. Expert Communication Consultant, your premier source for professional radio and television installation. We are located on 10th Street in Cinco, Monrovia, right in the technology building. We can be contacted on 231-886-462632 or 231-770-462632 or email us at owusup33@yahoo.com. Expert Communication Consultant, your premier source for professional radio and television installation.
In the town,
Are you looking for a getaway that combines the beauty of nature with luxurious accommodations? Look no further than Woki Farms in Carisburg along the Kakata Highway, where dreams come true from rolling hills to sparkling streams. Woki Farms, it's traveler's dream. We offer a unique experience for all with a 20% discount on all of our services. We are open every day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And let's not forget about the food at Woki Farms. We pride ourselves on our farm-to-table dining experience. Enjoy delicious meals made from fresh, locally and internationally sourced ingredients. There's no time to waste. Explore our farm where you can get up close and personal with friendly animals. A place with breathtaking views. You will leave your worries behind. From cozy cabins to elegant shallow rooms. Woki Farms, where memories are sweet. Whether you are seeking a peaceful retreat or an adventure-filled vacation, we have live band days and every Sunday. So why wait? Plan your vacation or outing with Woki Farms in Carisburg along the Kakata Highway and experience the beauty of nature. Indulge in luxury and create memories for lifetime. For reservation, call us on 0881 248401. From sunrise to sunset, every moment is grand at Woki Farms because we are the ultimate wonderland.
Before the sunrise.
Car Renter is bigger and better with affordable rides for you. Anywhere in Monrovia is $5 or its equivalent for a ride. You can order a ride anywhere within Cinco and Central Monrovia and pay just $5 or its equivalent in Liberian dollar. Airport drop-off is $30 or its equivalent in Liberian dollar. And Pinsville is just $15. Book your ride by calling 0880-3786-92, 0880-378-487, or 0555-773-773. Once again, book your ride by calling 0880-3786-92, 0880-378-487, or 0555-773-773. Car Renters, your affordable ride just for you.
So we're back and we're trying to get other views to form part of what we've actually mentioned here, and looking at the other side of the world and what they do on that side regarding uniforms. So we've extended invitation to a Liberian who based there in the USA, who has another side of this conversation. He's going to be joining us in a jiffy to talk about it. It's very serious. This is real, my people. We need to take siege of our security matters. We all know that criminals do carry arms. Yes, they do carry arms. And the citizens who are not aware of the various features on the uniforms of our state security, they will be carried away by uniforms that they see these individuals wearing, and they will fall prey to all of what they will get in connection with. Oh yes. So that's why we try to lift this, so that we can be aware that our state security uniforms are being worn by criminals, and there must be a regulation on the sales of uniforms. It is very serious. In other countries, you don't find that. Earlier, I read for you. I brought you information concerning this. Uniform sale is tied to business licensing. It's tied to business licensing. So those people who have the license, those individuals who have the license, actually, they are the ones to bring about the sales of the uniform. Okay, I now have Mr. Kane on the line, Mr. Prince Kane. He based there in the USA. So let me get him on the line to have his own thought on this matter. Mr. Kane, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing great. Thank you for inviting me or for giving me
Yes.
the chance.
Okay, we have this conversation ongoing, and this is actually scaring after we have witnessed several incidents concerning folks wearing state uniform and carrying on criminal activities. So just in recent, we saw two young individuals who are criminals wearing the AFL uniform, the FITI, or what we call the camouflage, and they went on a criminal spree. And blessing it for us, they were nabbed by the police. And when they were scrutinized, we got to know that these individuals were not officers, but rather criminals. So it is troubling. We find uniform, state security uniform, the same uniform our state security wear is so all around the place. Is there any left for your side? What's the experience like in terms of state security uniform?
Well, thank you. Thank you, first of all. This is a very intricate problem. And to address it, one has to be very cautious because actually, you mentioned two things. The FITI is different from the camouflage. Now, the camouflage is the one that has all the different colors intertwining. It's a camouflage, and all everywhere people use it for military, except that on our side here, civilian too can buy it and wear it. The FITI is the all over green. I stand corrected, but it's the all over green. That I think it used to be way back then. Right now, it's exclusive to the AFL. Okay, so let's go to the main thing. So, like I was saying, the camouflage people can buy. It's a cloth. You can buy it and sew your trousers. You can sew whatever you want to sew. It's just a cloth. Here, people buy and sew it, except that on our side, we just think it's a military uniform. No, it's not. But here, my take on that. If it's becoming a problem, because the community is so slow on that side, they might not catch up to know that. I mean, Fiji is anybody can get it. They will just on that side, people just think it's exclusively for the military. So, be that as it may, if it's becoming a problem whereby people are using the uniform so people will not smear the army, then the law can. I mean, I think there should be a law in act or ordinance that will prevent people from wearing it. I mean, I love to. Sometimes I bring my short trousers, military pants, or sometimes I wear some military vest. I mean, let me not say military, but the camouflage vest or the camouflage trousers, I wear that sometimes. Even I got there's a camouflage pants I bought from. It's actually a polo, but it's military. When you see, and it's different. I mean, it's camouflage. I keep saying, I keep going back to that same wolf, So, what I'm trying to say, in essence, is that if it's becoming a problem, for the mere fact that people know it to be the AFL uniform, if it will smell the AFL, if it's becoming a problem, let the government pass an ordinance where they can stop people. You see, let me tell you. Before when I came to the United States years back, drunk driving was just like the ordinance, Drunk driving, you could drink. They will say drink. When you are caught drunk, they put you in jail. When you sober, they put you out. But people started dying from it. People started dying. So what they did, they make it a felony. So you can't drink and drive. What I'm trying to get at is that if it's becoming a problem whereby people are using the military, using the camouflage uniform to commit crime, then the government should put, stamp on it, whereby they can ban people. I mean, that's a small society. It's not like this one here. This a vast society. They got a lot of things in place whereby they can cocktail all of those stuff. Because actually it only becomes a uniform or military uniform where it has all the insignia on it. But if you don't have any insignia, rank, or anything for that matter, it's just a regular clothes. But I remain, and I'll say again that if it's becoming a problem whereby people are using the uniform to smell the AFL to look as AFL is committing a crime or AFL is stealing or doing that kind of thing, the government should put a stamp on it whereby they can stop people from wearing it. And that's my take. I know some liberal boys, they will say that, oh, you're infringing on the people right, this and that. No. But where it becomes a crime, where it becomes, a problem, people doing things that may look ugly on the AFL, then I think the government has to take a stand.
And the sale of uniform is not only in line with the AFL. You have all of the security apparatus uniform just so at any given area. People just bring import these uniforms and sell them at the business area. Like the police uniform, you even have the badges being sold as well at business area. And this is troubling. This is scaring because criminals have now they are advancing every minute, every day. In as much they have engaged themselves, in this spirit to go and use the outlook and then stop money from people or the property. Like you said, the government need to do something. And another issue here that we are faced with in this country, I don't know about your side, is the use of sarin. The sarin. Every vehicle here, whether you are military, whether you are, everyone just engaged with sarin. I can have my private vehicle, I put sarin on it. I say on that.
Yeah, that is another problem that is ever too prevalent down there. And for the few times I came back home, I know, but I saw a communicate on Facebook. I don't know if it was Facebook. I don't know if I'm mistaken. And I think it's a publication from the police. I think they were telling, it went around something that no one is allowed to use the range or that kind of stuff. Yes, you see, in here, and I think the police director can allude to what I'm saying because I learned that he's from on this side. He should know a lot about that. On this side, you only have the police, the fire service, ambulance. Those are the three people, the three entities that can fly or use. Even the police, they can't just put on their siren or their beacon just when they go on normal business. No, they put on their beacon and their syringe when they are pursuing somebody or they are going in hot pursuit, or they go on a special business, then they put on the syringe. But you get everybody. How will you get a senator? You got government official using syringe. It's not correct. It's not right. They're not supposed to be. They're not supposed to be using syringe. Or become or that kind. They're not supposed to. Only maybe the presidential vehicle, yes, because the first car that go, that's why they got police with them, so that the alarm and clear the way. We can only understand that, and we understand that, yes, senator, when you're going for section, we need to get you away. But just normal day. You got syringe, everybody, every Tom, Dick, and Harry, all of them got syringe, and it's just so loud in that place and noisy. And then you get people in the night, they put on the bright lights. It's a good thing you guys have. I've always said that besides everything that's going on in that society, one of the things, the only way things can change, if you guys who are the journalists can sprinkle a light on these ills in the society, it will go a long way because you guys are the mouthpiece of the common people. These little ills in the society, when you bring it up, and don't just talk about it, pursue it to the latter. Go beyond, not just the studio. Go beyond and reach out. Go to talk to people. Right now, how many people will get this medium? How many people will be able? But go outside, carry a microphone, talk to people, get their views. And like that, you can sanction. The lawmaker is not doing anything anyway. We know that they are for themselves, So you are the one who will speak for the people, and I mean, you're doing great. I must applaud you. You're doing great for the most part. Most of the time, I see you talking about these are aids in the society. That's good. And that's what you guys should do. All the journalists, but nowadays, it looks like all the journalists are bought. There's a prevailing situation right now with Prophet Key. And I ain't hear no where we take a census, sometimes carry the microphone in the street. What do you think about this? Ask the people what they will say, I mean, it's a good thing you're doing, yeah.
So on that note, what is your own take on the Prophet K issue you just raised? What's your own take on the decision or the ruling of the Supreme Court, most especially involving members of that higher court, and looking at the morals of the society and the standards?
So, I will say I will answer you in two folds. The first thing is that yes, the Supreme Court must be respected, but respect is earned. So, what am I trying to say? The way they went about it. I'm not a legal-minded person, but at least I went to school and I can use my common sense. First thing I must say, how did Prophet Key, common case like that, how did the case just rise straight to the Supreme Court? Are there no other common court that I don't think to go through? One, why did the Chief Justice sit on his own case? He should have recused himself. That's where they went wrong. I'm agree. Let me real. Like every other person has said, Prophet Key is very rude. I think he shouldn't be allowed to host any show. I don't think so. I don't think he should be allowed. But the Liberian people missing it when they run behind him and say all the kind of thing. The thing is, it will happen. If it can happen to him, it can happen to you tomorrow. It must be just. Law is not sometimes. It's not on the reach. The Chief Justice, they got it wrong. He can't sit on his own case. The federal case was against him and Prophet Key. They get other lower courts. Why it did not go through the lower courts? It just went straight to I'm not saying, I'm going to go to the Constitution, because I know definitely the Constitution does give freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, sorry. And I'm also aware that where your right end, another one's right begins. I know about that. But the two cases, the two things I spoke about, how did the case just rise from the lower, did not even pass through the lower court, went straight to the high court. And then besides that, how is it that the Chief Justice himself must sit on that case? That was wrong. That's the two things. If I put them inept. But let me ask you a question. And this is the thing when I spoke about, the journalists doing their due diligence. Is it true? First of all, what prophecy said, is it true that the Chief Justice is doing business? Should the Chief Justice himself be doing business? It's not fair. He's the Chief. I don't see anywhere where the Chief Justice is to be doing business. But then let's go to another part. This is ever too prevalent in Liberia. We see lawmakers being legal counsel for concession areas. So when anything wrong go there, they're going to back the concessioners. They're not going to back go for the Liberian people. Is it fair? Another thing Prophet Key spoke about. You check it out. Don't just talk about they missed that part. Prophet Key argue about the Chief Justice having a hotel. Is that fair? Is it right? Should he be having a hotel? Should he run a commercial area as the Chief Justice? And so those are the things we got to look into too. But yes, if he asks me, I think his civil right was violated and he should be released with immediate effect. Because they went about it the wrong way. So it just threw everything through the window. Because let me tell you, like every other Liberian will say, every well-meaning Liberian, it's very rude for any Tyrian to be listening to, for you to get on the airwave. Even Facebook, he should be, and they can do it. The Liberian government can not even the Liberian government, you can write to Facebook, and Facebook can drop that man program. They can drop it. But mind you, Prophet Key said it. There are a lot of people that pay for his airtime. They pay for him to be on there. They like it, But then again, he did it to Why do you think? Let me just say something. Why do you think he did it to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the then president? He did it to Weah. He even from some time ago, I even heard he calls him boycott and the wife. Why didn't they do anything? Because they know he was just words. But then the chief justice took a point. Nah, it's not right, man. It smells and it stinks. It may be free. Not correct at all. Hello? Oh, I think they meant awful. Hello?